Hello, good evening, and welcome to another live stream. How are you doing tonight? Ooh, that's a lot of chatter already. Welcome, Duvel, Agent Zero, Mr. Twallafort, Maxu fan, or maybe Max OU fan, Mr. Vedros, Magic Geeks, Mr. I've already said your name, Reckless is Kevin Finch, Steven Knox, hello, first time chatter, welcome. Mathwin, the Lunatic Fringe, Aniolel, Poppy Noodle Gaming, another first time chatter, welcome, and everyone else who is here. That's a lot of names to say. I'm ready to look at tiny pixelated roller coasters. You mean like this? You can actually play do the intro like this, which is pretty ridiculous, because this is the Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 intro, right? It was probably looked something like this, you know, without the massive button maybe, but probably this zoomed in roughly. We could check, I have it installed, but maybe even more zoomed in. But you can zoom all the way out on OpenRST too, which makes it look very, very ridiculous with a title screen. Anyway. Today we are going to continue. What was that? Oh yeah, that was for the video. The RMS Titanic, which is quite a massive park, centered around, well, not really centered, but you know, has to do with the Titanic. It's there. And we are on our way to get to 0.5 million park value. We're halfway there. I mean, we're pretty much just gonna fill up this entire bit. Probably more than 2.5 million park value. I just want to build a big park. Lucky 7 streak, hell yeah. It's 40 for Mr. Vedros. Ooh. Tomorrow's picture day at work. Well, good luck. Look your best. Or your worst if you wanna have a bad picture. We need another enterprise. Because why not? You always need another enterprise, don't you? Oops. Ah, that one. There we go. Fits perfectly. Doesn't matter that it's opposite to another enterprise, although this one will make do 20 rotations, because why not? That gives it a massive 8.92 nausea. Ah, for a flat ride. It's insane. But yeah, that's how it works. Have you beaten the IRL Titanic in kill count? Not in this park. No, we've drowned a few people, but that's about it. Not God, how many people died? Like 17, 1800 in the Titanic? I don't know actually. What made you so tired Sunday? Hay fever. It just hit me kind of out of nowhere, and I didn't have any medicine, any pills for it. Anti-hay fever pills. And I just got tired. My eyes were swollen. And I had like no energy that entire day. So it apparently made me sleep bad. Not that short. Maybe like 6 hours, but you know, that's not that short. But yeah, it was so bad that in the evening I could barely read what's on my screen. That's how little I could see. Which was not very much. I'm all, well, not all fine again. I'm still a little bit irritated, but very much workable. If possible, 666. That probably won't be possible. Oh, man. I did not expect that they were still around. Well, not for much longer. Goodbye, 666. Have fun dying. I've had days like that and they suck ass. Yeah, well, I mean, I was still quite productive. On Sunday, I did a lot of the writing down of all the bugs that have been found in land ownership and other stuff that OpenRCT2 has fixed. I did have to, like, zoom in like this on GitHub to be able to read the text in the evening. Otherwise, couldn't read it, but I was still fairly productive. And Duckify Park. There it is. And also name the red and white enterprise Tantive Leforth. What is that? Is that a Star Wars track thing? Tantive 4? Okay, time for another roller coaster. Which we have a reverser coaster, right? Yes, I built one. That's the spaceship you see in the beginning of Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. Okay, so a Star Trek thing. I have a reverser coaster. We have a Virgin Reel. We have a Woody. We have 6 Woodies available. We have a wooden wild mice ride. Do we have a normal wild mice ride? Yes. We've got a junior, I'm pretty sure. Yes, there. Okay, we don't have a mini coaster yet. Do we? Wait. Or no, I did build one. The big yellow one. Okay. Pretty sure I built a limb. Yeah, that's there. No, that's a normal looping coaster. Built a limb, right? Oh, there's all the ducks. Oh yes, there's the limb. Best water rides in the country. You know it, baby. Okay, we don't have a sus swinging coaster yet, do we? No, that's built the worst coaster type. Well, no. That's built one of the ugliest coaster types in the game. Wait, I vaguely remember building one though. But memories can be faulty, or could be correct, but could be from another park. I mean, it's pretty obvious if we've built one. It's not like you can easily miss it. And I don't see it. Are you going to compete in the OpenRCT2 title contest? No. I did last year, and I'm happy I did. But I don't fancy building another park like that right now, so no. I thought you built one too. I mean, I've built loads of these, but apparently not in this park yet. Would you look at that? That's a fun element. I really enjoyed making a suspended coaster go right above the path. If you don't expect it, that would be quite a jump scare as a guest. Although if you're walking below tracks, then if you don't expect it, it's kind of your own fault. I do have to go up because there's no space to make the turn there. Ooh, we even got special little airplane cars. Cool. What else do we have? Nothing. It's all airplane. It's all planes! Ah! We have the greatest ride of all time. I know we don't have one. I don't know if we have it available. I kind of wish swinging right treated all turns as banked. That would be somewhat realistic, wouldn't it? I mean, it's a bit more complicated, of course, because it won't always be banked and stuff like that, but it is a shame that it can't bank turns. I might recently discovered your YouTube channel, been watching quite a few vids on the dentist park. You happen to mention Twitch, so I checked to see if you're streaming, and you are. Yes, welcome. Love your content and now glad I can watch live. Well, welcome, mate. I should mention Twitch more often. Get more people here. Hey, Puknul, welcome. I see ducks. Yes. Yes, here's a bunch of ducks. They're nearly at the Titanic. Others are already there. From other sides of the park. Are you Australian, mate? Yes, I am Australian. This is a very authentic Australian accent. I am the most Australian that has ever Australianed. Brisbane, yes. Alright, good speed, good speed. That sounds like an Australian accent from the great Aussie city of New Delhi. Exactly. I mean, we've tried this before. I am absolutely god-shite at accents. Like, I can manipulate my voice, obviously. But it's never gonna properly stay at one accent. Okay, we need some brakes. Ah, crud. Alright, well if we make the station a dial shorter. Okay, we can use this to not do a photo section because it doesn't have it available, stupid right. Can we do 2 trains still? No, I'll just make it 1 car shorter. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Save game. I need to load up my plugins. OpenRST2. Plugin storage. Most used. Plugin. And load. There we go. Now we have plugins. Most importantly, the right ticket price. No, the price manager, which we are using. Now, I'm betting some prices were already a bit extreme. Max has been a moderator for 66 months. Wait, it tracks that? It gave you a notification? Well, I mean, didn't you become a moderator like immediately? Didn't I ask you like right when I started streaming? Was that? Yeah, that was 66 months ago. Coldest capital in the world. Wouldn't that be Ulaanbaatar? Maybe Reykjavik. I think probably Reykjavik. Right. Reykjavik is not that cold. Okay, then it is Ulaanbaatar. I mean, Reykjavik is on the sea, so yeah, that makes sense. My instinct said Ulaanbaatar, then I started thinking about it. And was like, well, Iceland's pretty cold. Hang on, if I do list of coldest capitals. What does it give? Reykjavik at number 3rd. Number 3rd. Astana. Really? Ulaanbaatar is one bit minus 0.8. Quite far ahead though. And we got Tallinn, Vilnius, Minsk. It's that kind of corner. Although, no Riga. Ottawa, of course, Oslo, no Stockholm either. And of course, Moscow. Alright, interesting. No, I want the yellow. Please, thank you. Dankeschön. Alright, I think it's been tested by now. Yes. 7.28, 7.33, 8.36. Of course, the North is the highest and the excitement is the lowest. I mean, it did include a fair number of helixes, which kind of makes sense. Also, I just remembered, I discovered something very weird today. And it's another bug regarding Wee Wee TT, Wacky World's Time Twister. So take a look at this. This is Rocky Rambles. It's a Time Twister scenario, right? And take a look at this company value. It says minus 14,000. Seems legit, but it's wrong. Like, that's not the company value of this park. Company value is park value plus cash minus loan. So 0 plus 7,000 minus 7,000. So that should be 0, not minus 14,000. And if we unpause, then after a few seconds, it will be recalculated. There we go. Yeah. Now it says 0, which is correct. But and there are 6 other scenarios, all from Wacky World's Time Twister, that have this, where you start out with the wrong company value. Like, that's not the company value that you should have, and it gets recalculated the first time that the park value gets recalculated, which happens every 13-ish seconds. 12.8. Which is a number you might recognize. Which is a very weird thing. And this is not an OpenRCT2 thing. I tested this in vanilla. It happens the exact same way. Which is very odd. Wasn't this park called after the asteroid? No, that's Crater Carnage. This one we'll call Stone Age. Are they cooking the books? I don't know what they did, but they did it. Whatever they did. I don't want my soft cast cap on. Wrong path. Oops. I've seen your table and it looks like they've subtracted your funds instead of adding them. Wait, really? Hang on. I've deleted that column now, but let me pull up the picture I posted. Because I hadn't noticed that yet. So this was it. So you see scenario name, then the game where it comes from, then the park value, cash loan, then the company value it gives, and then the actual company value. And yeah, seems right. The difference here is 20k, so that's double the cash. Difference here, no. Yeah, no, the difference here is also 20k, so double the cash. Yeah, that checks out. Interesting. Thank you for noticing that. That's a good one. That I should mention that in the video of writing about it. By the way, so I'm writing a video about that massive database that I've made, which is still not entirely correct, but you know, this one which I've shown before, and it's got a lot of data for all 160 scenarios. And here are all the bugs that have been found. Oh, I've been writing a video about this, And that's also how I discovered this error, because I was at the park value section, the company value section of that video, and things just weren't adding up. I was looking at what's the most, like the lowest company value that you start with, and a few of these showed up, and I was like, well, that's not right. And that's how I discovered this. Also, that video is gonna have to wait for a bit because it's massive. And I don't want to just spend 2 months on it and upload nothing else in the meantime. More data than scenarios. Yeah, there's 200 variables for every single scenario. And some, like, a bunch are very obvious, right? Like, how much money guests spawn with. And, you know, stuff like that. Or whether no money is enabled, or whether you're not allowed to cut trees, stuff like that. That's very binary, very obvious, it's just all the scenario options. Other stuff is not so obvious and is basically variable that I've made up myself. Like average land elevation, average water depth, main ground type, which in this case would be dirt, although it would be actually some kind of sand, since that's well, it started as brown sand. I changed it to dirt. Amount of sloped footpath tiles. All that kind of stuff. Also lots of things about rides. So the number of preserved rides, which you can't delete. The number of rides playing music. The number of rides broken down. Average intensity, excitement intensity. So many different variables. Amount of trees. Almost, I did the amount of plants. If you want to suggest a variable, that you can. It's not final. I need to redo some of the excitement and stuff for rides anyway, because I counted some rides I shouldn't have counted, and it gave wrong data. Maximum amount of junctions between 2 path tiles. That's not a thing that's easy to calculate. Basically, because I thought about also doing like largest body of water or stuff like that, but calculating the size of a body of water is not easy. It becomes quite challenging, and your idea is similar. Like you have to iterate over a lot of stuff, and it's not logically easy. So far, the most logically challenging thing I've done is counting the amount of cliffs. Because for that you need to know the height of the tile, but then also adjust it for the slope. And then also check the height of the tile next to it, but check the correct corners. And then calculate the average height of that cliff, but only do that if the tile next to it is lower, because otherwise you're gonna double count. That's so far the most logically challenging. And I do kind of want to keep it that way. Number of grass tiles, so we can compute how many handymen would be needed to keep them all mowed. I have not done for like individual things. Like I've not done like number of merry-go-rounds or number of tarmac footpath pieces or number of grass tiles. Then it would become too much, because of course I could do that for all of these, and all of these, and all of these. But you know, I mean every single scenery type, that's just too much. Some of these are custom, but even without those, you know, there are hundreds, thousands of scenery items. But basically the video is gonna be, as it stands, I'm guessing about 1.5 to 2 hours of me just telling you interesting facts that I discovered. For example, that Whispering Cliffs is the only scenario, well, the only scenario with a significant amount, that only has a single type of plant. I believe Extreme Heights also only has one type of plant, but that's like 5 palm trees. Whispering Cliffs actually has, you know, loads of trees. Are there any objects in-game that exist but don't get unlocked by any vanilla scenario? Pretty sure they all get unlocked. Although what is interesting, some scenarios have restricted scenery. Which is scenery that is used in the scenario, but you can't actually place. You can't unlock yourself. An example of that is Forest Frontiers with stuff we don't have here, but there's a few, yes, no, this one, the mine shaft and a few other mining related items are placed in Forest Frontiers. But you can never unlock it and build it yourself. And that's the thing I've counted. The highest factorial numbered guest in the park. That would be 5,020 probably? No, 5,040. Which is, I think 7 factorial. If they're still around, of course. Yeah, no, we're not at 40,000 yet. Let's see, it's 5,040 around. Yes. Currently they're having some, they're postponing their execution. Oh, they're nearly done. Good, they're nearly ready to die. And yes, I know factorials by heart. Well, the first few anyway. Goodbye. You shall go to hell. I like your... Why did I build this so close to the other river rapids? I didn't notice. I like your unique way of getting it to a number. Did you have in your head that it would be 5,040? Did you know that? Or were you just like factorials? I looked it up before asking. Oh, okay. Makes sense. But my spreadsheet has already been useful. Because I'm gonna postpone this, working on this video for a bit. Because I need to work on another video for reasons. And I've already used the spreadsheet to look things up. Like, I needed to know which scenarios were paper right, which weren't. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to check all of these. And I was like, no, I have that written down. I can use the spreadsheet. It's so useful. No, indeed, I don't drink coffee. I hate coffee. And the smell is alright for a bit. But coffee is disgusting. Are there any scenarios that will kill guests if you don't intervene? Yes. What it called? I mean, there's a bunch of rides, of course, that can crash. In RST1 especially, that happens. But there's one that is designed to kill guests, which is Fiasco Forest in RST1. Where pretty quickly the water slide will crash. It doesn't crash in OpenRST2 because slightly different physics and stuff. And they have actually, some devs have actually discussed making a patch to increase the weight of those vehicles a bit so that they do crash to emulate the intent of the scenario. Do you have data on guest shirt colors? No. Mostly, you know, there's going to be extremely few scenarios that have a t-shirt stall. I don't know which. I only have... Well, we can have a look at it. Let's see. Souvenir. There's not that many that have a souvenir stall. And all of these ones are probably an info... No, info kiosk doesn't count as souvenir. I don't know which these are, but... T-shirt stalls, I think, are pretty rare. There's like a few of these parks that will have one, mostly like the built-up ones, like the real parks and stuff. But the thing is, in all the other ones, in every single park that doesn't have a T-shirt stall, it's just random. Did you analyze the color of the rides? No. Which is partly because some rides can't have a color. Oh, mainly because I hadn't thought of it, but... You know, I don't think I think it's a bit too niche. What's the rarest color? I did, by the way, analyze the color of the staff. Because that's kind of park-wide. So, this color. And of course the most common is what we have here, which is red, blue and yellow. But there are loads of scenarios that have different colors. Although rarely for the security guard, that one's almost always yellow. But yeah, there were a few that I thought about analyzing, but that basically are just randomized. Like, the average spawning energy of the guest is useless because that's the same for every scenario. But also, like the average, like the most common T-shirt color in almost all scenarios, that's just gonna be random and doesn't say anything about the scenario itself. There's also another video I want to do, which is more specifically aimed at the pre-built rides. Like, I've done pre-built designs, but I mean like the pre-built rides, like the ones that come in Dynamite Dunes and Agoraphobia and stuff in Diamond Heights. I want to make like another massive spreadsheet, because I had thought of doing... Because there's a bunch of ride stats here, right? You know, average age, average reliability, stuff like that. I had thought of doing like a maximum excitement and nausea stuff per scenario. Then I thought, no, that's more fitting for when I do an analysis of all rides that come with the scenarios, where I just do all of these stats for basically every ride. And that's going to be more fitting for that. And there I will also do the colors and stuff like that. By the way, for those who have suggested things for the list, if I say no right now, that doesn't mean I won't do them, because I've said no last time to a bunch that I did end up doing. Doesn't mean I will, because I've also said no to things that I haven't done. But there's also a chance I will do them anyway. What's your least used color personally? Probably some kind of green. There are way too many greens, and I don't use most of them. Like, when do I ever use moss green or army green? Army green might just be my least used color. Or maybe honeydew. I never use that. But the thing is, there are so many... Like I've seen these used very greatly. To great effect. But I just... I tend to go for the very bright colors, which is partially a shame, because... I mean, not like that, but these colors can look really nice. If you use them well, let's try something like this. I mean, that already looks quite nice, don't it? Can you put the reverse trains on that Woody? Sure. Okay, let's go for interlocking loops. Because why not? And I have to be careful, because that will give a lot of stats. Not gonna make it. Yeah, it will. Like, that's at 24, that's at 9. That's a 15-meter difference, which is plenty. Told you. We need this to be at 3. Damn it. Okay, there we go, one more this way. What? That's not aligned properly. That is... that is very wrong. I mean, that explains why my previous attempt didn't work, but... Jesus Christ, that is incredibly wrong. This is just... Intertouching loops, yes. Do you have data for eligible awards at the start of each scenario? Not each award individually, but I have the number of awards that they qualify for, yes. But my god, that looks wrong. Which one qualifies for the most? Let's have a look. It's of course Tycoon Park. But second most, Sugarloaf Shores and European Extravaganza, which are actual proper scenarios. A lot qualify for 2, which are all the ones with nothing in them qualify for 2, which is safest park and most disappointing park. A few only qualify for 1. Probably most disappointing park. Well, no, not actually. No, either safest or most disappointing, because Rock and Roll Revival definitely most disappointing. Wacky Warren is not most disappointing, so probably only safest. Do these interlocking loops count as a bug? Well, I'm not sure if this exact thing was possible in vanilla, but something like that was possible in vanilla, and at some point to combat that, OpenRCT2 did reduce clearances for loops, but that led to some issues that some pre-builds were no longer buildable. Not that those pre-builds have any of this kind of bullshit, but then they reversed that, and now apparently this is possible again. I should probably properly lower these to make place for a water splash. Ah yes, the water splash. It is my favorite element, you see. The splotterwash. Okay. This is terrible. I've done a terrible job at giving myself enough space for footpaths, but We'll make do. Well, let's see. If two trains try to traverse those loops simultaneously, will they crash? Good question. I don't think that can happen here, because the spacing is too short. But interesting question. I don't know. Logic would say probably. I mean, we should check. I'm gonna change this back later, but I wanna know. Okay, they're super close together. Even too close together. Okay, how about we do 7 seconds waiting time? Okay, that's definitely too far apart. I mean, I fumbled with the... I faffed with the chain of speed a bit just then. Oh, it was still 7 seconds. Now they're a little bit further apart. They seem to just go through each other. They can definitely collide if they're on different tracks. That has happened before. And especially on a spiral coaster that tends to happen. Apparently this is fine. Loop Guru in Walibi, Belgium is gonna get rumkt. RMC'd. That's gonna be interesting. I've never been to Six Flags Belgium. So I'm definitely not gonna miss it. Because I have no experience with it. But I do believe it's pretty common for wooden roller coasters to get RMC'd these days. Okay, we shall just go underground, that's easier. There we go. Nope. We'll go that way. Wonderful. Ooh, 9.98 intensity. Yeah, the reverse trains don't help with that, I think. Ooh, but also 8.45 excitement. Is this the highest intensity in the park? I believe we have 1/10. Oh, a few. The iceberg. Oh yeah. I put 8 inversions on that. And also plus 15 intensity from this. That doesn't help. I mean, it had 2,200 customers, so it's fine. Rotodrop 3 and hot wet farts are also. Does this one have extreme lats? It does. I wasn't aware of that. Well, it had 3,000 guests, so that's pretty good going. Whoops. Wrong button. Rotodrop 3 and hot wet what now? Hot wet farts. Which is, among all the other things, a perfectly normal thing in this park. There's nothing wrong with this park. Nothing out of the ordinary. At all. Name the Woody, I love edging. We know you do, but you don't need to tell the whole class every week. The whole class, yes, all 125 people here. Are you a smart fella or a fart smeller? I'm definitely a fart smeller. I always smell my own farts. Like any normal person would. But if you don't, you're weird. Damn, quad 1111 next. Yeah, baby. A 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 is a palindromic number. Oh, this one doesn't have an exit. How long has this been broken down for? More than 4 hours. It's had 200 guests. I mean, it says last year because it was refurbished, but yeah. I expected someone to add 1111, which would be you because you're the only mod around. Normal? Who wants to be normal? I don't want to be normal. I am weird and I like being weird. Is that weird enough for you? Well, Mechanic 47, thou worst heading for that ride. Ah, you are at the very tippy top. Just a tip. I'm almost done with my Lego Galaxy. Nice. I'm going to order Lego Arcanine when that comes out. Which, if I remember correctly, was August? Because Arcanine is objectively the coolest Pokemon. How many awards do we have active? 3. Nice. It's useless, but nice. Oh crap, we have no ads, we're losing guests. Like, if you think another Pokemon is cooler than Arcanine, you're just wrong. What's your guest cap anyway? Like 4,000, but it's not increasing much because harder guest generation is on. I think. Well, I mean, it's increasing fairly significantly if we build rides like this, which are long enough. Yeah, this gives 210. But the thing is, when your guest count reaches 150 above your soft guest cap in harder guest generation, then you get no guests. There's no division penalty or something like that. No, your guest generation just gets set to 0. It will be 0 and you will not get any guests. Which means that the only way you get guests is through advertising. So if we don't advertise, guests literally do not spawn at all. And, you know, we have 7,600 guests with a soft guest cap of like 4k. So it's not even close. I never really gave a shit about Arcanine. Well, your favorite's Talo, right? Which is a very different type of Pokemon. Because some Pokemon like apparently me, some people, like apparently me, just go for like a Pokemon that's very strong, very cool, like a Gengar or an Arcanine or a Tyranitar or Salamence, that kind of stuff. Other people, like you, go more maybe like vibes-based, cute-based, whatever you want to call it. Don't go for one of those big final Evo mons. And are actually more mature about it and go for a smaller one. I do often prefer cute Pokemon, yeah, but also out of final mont, I just find Arcanine really bland, personally. I'll have you know that Arcanine meat is anything but bland. What's your favorite final evolved mon? And Swallow doesn't count. I don't know if it is, but let's just say not Swallow. It's gonna be a bird. My favorite is definitely Mawile. Okay, that's sort of a final Evo. I mean, it doesn't evolve at all, which technically makes it both the first and the last Evo in the line. But that's like saying, you're my least favorite kid. Yeah, you're also my only one, but I still hate you. You know, it's not really productive. A very long time ago, I made a list of my favorite Pokemon. Which at the top were Arcanine, Ninetales, Infernape, then Metagross. Metagross might have been above Infernape actually. And Garchomp was very high, Staraptor was very high. It was basically almost all generation 1, 3 and 4. Look at these fall colors to indicate how far we have fallen from grace. Any guess that there's 4 in their number because 4 sounds like death in Japanese. Is that China where they avoid 4th floors because it sounds like death? I mean, could we do 444? No. What about 4444? No. Okay, 5 fours, that's not going to be an option yet. So, 3, 4, 4, 4. 9, 2, 4, 4, 4. Ah oui. Sie sollst drownen. I quite like the colors of this junior coaster. It turned out quite nicely, didn't it? I've got a very standard excitement test and nausea ratings. Park value has lowered significantly since we started. Well, by about 100k. We did hit the second drop. This is where we renewed all the rides, so we went from 1 million to 1.6 million. Gained about 550,000. And this is where they dropped in value the first time. This is where they dropped in value the second time. But then it also goes up again because I built new rides. Why is everyone wearing blue? Because they are pretending to be an iceberg for the Titanic to hit. I don't think we have a compact invert yet. Geography trivia. Alright then, mate. Let's do some geography trivia. Yes. True or false, has it ever snowed in Brisbane, Queensland? Yes. True. Wait, true or false? Has it ever snowed in Brisbane, Queensland? You can't follow true or false with a question. True or false is about statements, so then you should be true or false. It has snowed in Queensland, Brisbane. I don't think I can find a single favourite, but I can list a few at least. Septile, Jellicent, Quagsire, Tyranitar, Togekiss, Volcarona, Leafeon, Ampharos. I really like Septile. Septile is wonderful. Volcarona is pretty cool as well. Snows in the mountains, doesn't it? Does Brisbane have any mountains though? That's of course La Questione. But I'm gonna say yes, it has snowed in Brisbane. Just like that one time it snowed in Florida. Also, the snowball Earth like millions of years ago, so, or Ice Age or whatever, probably snowed, although I guess Brisbane didn't exist yet. So maybe that wouldn't count. Unsatisfying version there. Good. I don't want to satisfy you. You can satisfy yourself instead. New pronunciation of Florida just dropped. What, Florida? Isn't Zigzag from Brisbane? Maybe. I don't know anything about him, so could be. It has snowed in Brisbane, but it's very rare event, with the most recent being back in 1984. Okay, so pretty much like Florida then. Thank you for the bits, Lemons. Literally 1984. Yes, indeed. The world is literally 1984. Banking a wide turn is almost never necessary unless it's a very tall Giga. On one hand you're right. On the other hand it also looks better. Doesn't make a loop. Does it not? I mean, I'm not really paying attention, so... It indeed don't. Well, that's a shame. But yeah, you are completely right about not needing to bank wide turns. They can still take them without being banked, without getting excessive lateral G-forces at up to 140 kilometers an hour. What year did you first play RST 1 or 2? Probably 2001. don't know the exact... I think I was 4. So that would have most likely been 2001. Maybe 2002. A big ass band followed by a regular ass band. Yes, yes, yes. Like, you should not take coaster building advice from me in terms of those things. You know, it will function, but it's not pretty. It's not realistic. Is Voltaire here? Yeah, he would have an aneurysm seeing that. I'll have it in his place. I'm not here. Well, well, well. You never know who's lurking. I'm surprised you aren't in the hospital from this. Because look at that beauty, baby. You have no power over me, Dutch boy. Good. I don't want power over you. Just looking at it breaks my neck. I mean, we're only at 2.3 vertical G, maximum lateral Gs, which I don't even think is achieved in that bit. But basically, like, follow me, like, follow my coaster building if you want to just build coasters that are functional. If you want to build coasters that are any kind of realistic or that kind of stuff, don't. Those SLC restraints are ass. Yes, yes, I've experienced that. They are ass, absolutely. Okay, we're nearly back to 8,000 guests. We unfortunately lost a few when I forgot to advertise, so we went from 8,150 to 7,650-ish. Lost about 500 guests. Why are people going home though? Because not getting guests is one thing, but for the guest count to go down, they must also be leaving. So let's see, leaving the park. Where is it? Have I scrolled by it, or is it just not a lot of people? Oh, there it is. Leaving the park, broke. Time for more cash machines. Okay, there's already literally one there. I expected it to be because of brokenness, but it's good to have that reinforcement. Confirmation is probably a better word. Oh, there was already one there, well, whatever. Oh, I say whatever. I think at some point maybe we do have to take into account the ride limit of 1,000. I don't know, how far along are we? 200. Well, we do have a lot of space to fill. So, maybe. This should help though. Dueling cash machines, hell yeah! One's from the Rabobank, the other's from the ING. Let's build another vertical drop coaster. I like vertical drop coasters. We already have one. A big ass one here. Which is not nearly as popular now anymore, that it's not new. It is directly opposite the cash machine though. It has had 17,000 guests. Is it the way for full load? Yes. You know, to make more guests go on it, we should remove that bit. Because then they walk straight on. Okay, this one shall be smaller. That is gonna be painful. Don't do that. Unless you want to hurt your guests, which, to be clear, I do. Ooh, that's fun, isn't it? Can we... I don't think we can go anywhere from here. Alright, we'll go this way then. Should look at that. There's a very odd design, this. Ooh, does that? No. That part works though. I know of one YouTuber who pioneered not just dueling, but dueling chairlifts in his RCT playthroughs. Who would that be? Fidwell? Mickenman? Cody? Cody doesn't really do playthroughs, does he? Brian? Dirklink? Why didn't I say Dirklink first? He's the most logical answer for any kind of that stuff. Sales of neck braces up 9,000%. Hell yeah! Can you give this one short trains? Sure. That's not a bad idea. Should vary in that more anyway, other than just defaulting to the longest. Basically, I would like to vary more in stuff anyway. Because I tend to default to a lot of things. Like, how about coral pink? That's a color I never use. One with dark olive green. And Viridian. Hey, that doesn't look half bad, now does it? And we'll put blue trains on it. Do you have data on clearance violations per scenario? I imagine clearances must have changed during development, so there's probably some remains. I don't even know how I would go about that. Also, I don't know of any. So, I'm not sure if there are any, actually. It looks really cool with all these very short trains. Stats. Whoops! It's going way faster here than I expected. Well, actually, if we make it... We just change the chain lift. Okay, this is gonna be like the worst violation of every coaster building rule you've ever seen, but I think we're gonna be fine with this. You could check it by going through scenery, then trying to demolish it and try to rebuild in that spot and see if you will clearance errors. Maybe, but I don't want to do that. Ah, still 3.11. I was hoping that would be like 0.01 less. But if we just retest, maybe now it's 0.01 less. Because I think then we'll be fine, because then we won't get the second penalty. And that'll be fine then. Something like that anyway. The most ridiculous clearance is when you build a path through a boat hire station with just one tile over it. It's still kind of worse when it's a... Oh, 3.14 now. When it's like a rowing boat, but a swan's boat? Yeah. You've built the PVB. What does PVB stand for? What the hell are TV pastilles, Max? Park value bomb. Oh, good point. Not really. Park value bombs tend to have much... Ah, 3.10. Yes, it worked. 3.10 lateral Gs. We only get the first penalty, so we're only at 9.65 intensity. Because without that penalty, it would be like 7 or so, which is low enough that the first penalty doesn't make it too high yet. This is like the worst coaster building advice ever. Don't do this. Unless you know well enough to abuse it, in which case it can work. See, Discord for TV pastilles. Let's see. I have no idea what these are. I've never seen these before. Like all the other stuff I knew about. That you mentioned, but this, I should try it. At some point. Anyway, I love this coaster. I didn't intend to make it 9 intensity, but it happens. Of course, I could have just extended this a tile, put in a break or whatever. Or even just, you know, break, small turn, straight piece. That would have worked, but I saw the 3.11 and I was like, I think I can do that. And I did. But look at how useless all these station tiles are. All these trains, I mean. That's partially because we cannot build the entrance in the correct space. There's no space for it, so we're gonna have a longer loading period. Why can't we? I guess we can't name more coasters. I mean, you can always suggest names, but if the thing is not available, you can't force me to. Name the coaster neck brace not included. I like that, man. Hey, we have passed 8,000 guests again. We're roughly at the guest count we were off at the start of the start of the stream. Also, hang on, it's Pride Month. Let's build a Pride flag. Happy Pride and all that. Pride slides. No. I think we already have Pride weave. No, that was a different scenario. These are not going to be Pride slides. These are going to be trans slides. I believe blue is on the... Yeah, blue is on the outside, right? We got Pride trees. Oh yeah, we do. Here. I mean, technically it's just a rainbow, but now they're Pride trees. Last Friday, I experienced for the very first time in my own life someone coming out as transgender. You know, online I've seen it in chat rooms, people saying I'm transgender and stuff like that. This is the very first time that in my real life I've known someone who's transgender. Because I go to a board games club and was there last Friday as well. And then they came in and were like, hello, first of all, +1, and also I'm no longer this name, I'm that name now. Going from male to female. You know, and she, her pronouns. And I found that very interesting, because obviously I did not think it was fake or anything, but I just hadn't seen it myself, and now I have. And apparently, we were the very first people she told. Because she only went kind of public with it, was like, yeah, I'm going to do this a few days before. And she hadn't even told her parents yet, although she assumed her mother would be there, but she wasn't. Doesn't live with her mother because divorced parents, I think. And I know that well. You can rack wool pieces, you're right. I just often forget. But yeah, that was interesting. But also very nice that like nobody was a dick about it. It's always a bit of a thing when you're trans and you're coming out, I presume. And then the personal experience, of course. But yeah, I played games with them specifically the entire evening, so I know that no one there was a dick about it because I was with them the entire time. Name the slides Blåhaj, Blåvingad, Jungelskog, Knorrik and Kramik. I know a few of those. I know Blåhaj, I know Jungelskog. I don't know the other one. The other ones. No, Blåhaj is like the international trans mascot or something from IKEA. And Jungelskog is, I believe, a monkey? Like, as far as I know, Blåhaj was not supposed to, it was not designed to be a trans mascot. It just kind of got those colors and turned into one. It was just a regular plushie from IKEA as far as I know. But then people noticed, ooh, it's trans colors. Ah, Jungelskog is the bear, right. No, this needs to stay white. And a little orange here. Well, the dark orange, please. Fence about it. This one will do. I'm confused as to why that one got picked. I mean, it's... Wait, I thought it was trans colors? Hang on. Let me Google. Blåhaj. Blåhaj? Whatever it's called. I mean, it's kind of got trans colors. There's a blue, there's a white, and there's a kind of pink inside of the mouth. It's not the light blue that the trans flag is, as you can see here, but close enough. Kind of works. Lol. Nice. That's a huge stretch if you ask me. That's just what a mouth looks like. Yeah, well, you can take advantage of that, of the natural mouth color. I'm confused why this one. I mean, it makes sense to me. It's the closest IKEA plushie to a trans flag. Probably someone noticed that, hey, it's blue, white and pink. Hey, trans flag. I should tweet about it or whatever. Instagram, TikTok, I don't know. Then they did, and then people latched onto it because they wanted to turn it into a meme, and then it turned into a meme. I'm guessing that something like that happens. And it's a pretty good icon, and I'm not sure, but I think IKEA kind of leaned into it. I hope they did anyway, because that would be cool. Bigger cars time for me to build. Ooh, which one? Oh, there they are. We've got lots available. Monorail cycle, that's not a roller coaster. We do have it available over all the park path. I think that's gotta be quite hard because, I mean, all the park path obviously, not at all, but I think it's gonna be quite hard because a lot of the turns are gonna be difficult to make. There's lots in the way everywhere. I've built it quite dense. But we can try something. IKEA's kind of wink nudge about it. Fair enough. Oh god, cash machine in the way. Okay, we don't need this one. It's literally next to another one. Number 37. Thou beast going. To... there. Doesn't the ATM have a clearance of 2? No longer in Open RST2, they changed that. That's a shame. Maybe, but it also makes sense. Guests will be so thrilled riding this. Yes, they will be. Oh, we can follow the path quite well, actually. Okay, now the limb is in the way, which we can just avoid. Okay, there, the invert coaster is going to be massively in the way. So we're going to have to deviate. I'm not sure we can actually get it. Can we? Yes, we can. That's amazing. I did not expect that to work. I'll make the station a bit longer. And to restore that one flower bed. No. I wanted to connect straight on. We only do straight here. Best ride in the game, baby. You know it. It's quite a long one, actually. God, people are going to be bored out of their minds doing that. We only do straight here. Marcel next to a pride flag, trees, and trans flag slide. Hey, the pride flag trees were not on the screen, and if you're trans, you can still be straight. Should I remove it? No. It's a funny quote. Okay, where's the first one now? God, this is slow. It's incredibly slow. I wonder if there are any people that are pro-trans but anti-gay. So if you're like a man and you say you love man, then they're like, I don't like you. But then you're like, well, I'm actually trans, I'm actually a woman. I still love men. And they're like, well, you're okay now. Would people like that exist? Probably not. Because that makes no sense. The opposite is a lot more frequent. Yeah, I know. There's unfortunately, even within the LGBT community, a lot of discrimination against some people. In some Middle Eastern country, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, there are 8 billion people. So, any kind of weird belief that you can make up, which can be either a harmful one like I just did or random silly stuff, any weird belief is probably going to be believed by at least one person on Earth. Right? Park with the best water rides again. We also got one at the start of the stream. But my god, these guys are slow at this. We should give the guests below tomatoes to hurl at them. Because that'd be funny. Wouldn't it? Good workout at least. Yeah, pretty good workout. It takes a while to do. We have nearly 3 million in the bank. It's pretty good. Hang on, is it me or is our guest count increasing quite rapidly? Decently rapidly. I wonder if actually fewer people are leaving because I built a bunch of cash machines. It's weird that helicopters are powered by guests pedaling, yet can be in test mode, but this cycle cannot go in test mode. Good point. Maybe the helicopters are actually not powered by pedaling and just kind of have pedals only. Although then they would power batteries, because there's definitely no power from the track. Also, no guest ever gets tired or slows down. They all go the exact same speed, even though they're powering it themselves. Which is unrealistic. The description of the helicopter says pedals. Yeah, but what the description is a lie. I've been on a miniature cycling thingy last week, and you need to cycle yourself and like stuff in car, like car rides. Yeah, but all these guests always go exactly the same speed, which to me is extremely unrealistic. I've seen a tweet or Tumblr post of someone coming out as trans at a church. The person coming out thought that the old conservative cranky guy would be unaccepting, except he supported it as long as the person coming out adhered to the traditional gender roles. That's so odd. Like, if you go from male presenting to female presenting, or the other way around, that's fine, as long as you also go from male to female gender roles. People are weird. But, you know, that's what I meant with... There's gonna be a person for every strange belief. Is the guest grumpy yet? Not quite. They do think they want to get off. Their happiness probably dropping. Well, it's... Yeah, it's dropping. But it's not quite long enough, because we're nearly done. It's not quite long enough to make them fully angry. Bicycles needs Queen's bicycle. 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 I want to ride my bicycle. Bicycle. Wanting to get off in a family-friendly park? Yes. Why not? Well, they're kind of neutrally happy. Okay, what them stats be? 3 excitement, yeah! 0.01 nausea. That is ridiculous. But the bicycles are better submarines. I mean, submarines are better because they can do more guests, I believe. I'm a savannah now, it has broken down. That's a shame. We should build another go-kart. First though, a path. Like so. God, building path has never been easier. Theoretically, the monorail cycles can be Hugger compliant. Well, for that it would need 6 excitement. I don't know if it can reach that. So yeah, good luck on that, mate. We now have 40 Zwei cash machines. I said theoretically. Well, there's no single theory in which it would get to 6 excitement. I mean, I know what you mean, but I like being pedantic. I mean, you could use cheats, of course, to get it there, and then it would count. Which is of course what you mean. Ooh, the white flames of Dover. That'll do very nicely. A multi-dim. Haven't got one of those yet. Let's build some on the other side of the park. Near the gate trees. Well, near, somewhat near. When Homer went to Dover, he was like, Dover! Exactly. Gate trees are gay trees. Very, very gay trees. It's a rainbow, but it's Pride Month, so they're gay now. Hot Wet Farts has broken down. Ah, one of our other Pride rides. Why has it broken down? Have you ever played Open TTD? No, I have not. The multi-dim, the only one that can rival the stand-up in terms of intensity. Hardline would maybe like to have a word. Dealer's choice for drowning. Well, I have my eyes closed. And I'm just scrolling. Bam. 4934. Such a shame. Such a beautiful face. Such defined cheekbones. Will soon be defined fish food. Goodbye. Why am I tired? Don't know. Pansexual colored. What's pansexual again? Is that blue, pink and yellow? I think. Yes, okay, so I did remember correctly. Why am I tired? Women. Are you implying that Max is tired because he had to deal with women all day? Which, to be fair, can be tiring, but that's only because they're people and people are tiring. Okay, let's follow it. Did you stop uploading on the VOS channel? I'm a bit behind. I have a good bunch I need to upload. They'll be uploaded before the next stream. Well, not all be live, but they'll have starting to become live. I'm not going to publish them all at once. Nope. Yeah, that'll be fine. Look at that. That's a wonderful path around it. Very, very quickly built. Isn't that amazing? That path building tool is so useful. So I'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's see. 6.6 nice. 7.71, 7.41. These are relatively low, but to be fair, it's a relatively small coaster. Hello and welcome to the Titanic. Only women on board. Well, some men have nice moves. I should probably build an exit line. There we go. How about a car ride? How about a mega trucks? Kaboom! I think we need to make that wait for fill out. Because I think an empty car caught up to a full one. Lower than I thought these stats. Yeah, same with me. Expected them to be higher. But yeah, again, this is a relatively small one. You know, it only goes 82. It's only got 6 drops, only 2 inversions. It's just not a lot. You know, 3.4 positive Gs, minus 1 negative Gs. It's fairly low stats. Why the hell was the Lunatic Fringe's message Quad Albatross held back? I had to manually approve it. Why? What is wrong with that message? Where's the steep hills? Oh yeah, we can do those. But what is wrong with Quad Albatross beside the typo? But like, why would Twitch hold that back? What language is quad or whatever a curse word in? Does it mean like pussy in Swahili or something? Or is it Estonian for, I don't know, Estonian slur for gay people? Log bumps, yeah, also a good point. I was kind of thinking I was building a car ride, but I'm not. Google Translate doesn't even recognize it. I mean, I don't do I. How's the stream? Pretty gay. to be fair, terrible auto mods, auto like language detecting things are nothing new. You know the Pokemon Covagrigus, Generation 5? You were not allowed to trade it if you did not give it a nickname because Covagrigus got fag in it. There were, I believe, a couple of more of those. But like, they named it themselves and you couldn't trade it without a nickname, which is just the epitome of stupidity. Welcome to Scunthorpe. Yeah, that got cunt in it. And of course, you've got Peniston, got Penis. There's also, I believe, like Peñiscola or something, which is, you know, Peñiscola in Spain. I do love myself in good old Peñiscola. It's delicious. Feels weird hearing you say the word cunt. Yeah, I don't often use it, but I mean, I wasn't really using it here either. I was more just describing it. And there's also the Kulbutic mistake, which is when you try to replace ass with butt, but it does it everywhere. So you get classic, it becomes Kulbutic. Quad has an entry on Wiktionary. Why can't I pronounce that? A Wiktionary. That makes more sense. It's a Latin word meaning how many, as many, or how much. Okay, that kind of makes sense as, you know, quota and stuff like that, but it makes no sense of why it was blocked. Does the monster truck ride have the same stat requirements as the car ride? Pretty sure it does. And I got a warning that my message might be offensive. Yeah, it... Oh wait, you, Scunthorpe problem, yeah. There's RuneScape with the skill fletching, they censored it. Wait, they censored fletching? What is in fletching that is offensive? No need for steep slopes. The game can't even, like... There's no way to detect steep slopes in the game. So no. Looks like felching. Yes, but duck also looks like fuck. Like that's not a reason. Like, oh, we can't talk about cult because it sounds too much like cunt. Nah, I don't want to do. The Dutch word kunt was censored in RuneScape. That's ridiculous. That just means can. Like jij kunt means you can. I mean, I think censoring is... I get it in some kind of way, but I think it's way overdone. Like, I appreciate that you don't go around saying cunt and fuck and all those kind of words around 3-year-olds. But I also think that people freak out over it way too much. The Dutch Sign Language sign for can is the same as the American Sign Language for the N-word. Well, that's gonna lead to some awkward situations. I do game QA, and the amount of times I've entered tickets for profanity filters automatically censoring stuff like assassin because I got the word ass in it. I mean, assassin is the greatest ass word in the world, right? Ass in. There's nothing better than that. I just got the offensive content for Wank Mountain. Wanky Wank Mountain. I wonder if I'm gonna get one. Cunt. Fuck. Shit. Ass. It's easier to do this on text than on spoken language. If I go to... Surely you can't be banned for swearing on Twitch, right? A very long time ago, I got a tweet from someone saying their 4-year-old liked to watch my streams. I hope that 4-year-old is not watching my... Well, they're not 4-year-old anymore. They're like 9 or so now. But I hope no 4-year-olds are watching my streams currently. To be fair, the minimum age for Twitch is, I think, technically 13 anyway. And I think 13 is fine for these kind of swears. You do occasionally get a message from Twitch prompting you to mark your stream as 18+. Well, I don't. Drinking alcohol can also cause you to be banned if you don't do your streams that are 18+. Really? Well, I'm not planning to drink alcohol, period, let alone on stream. How do you say food in your language? Voedsel. V-O-E-D-S-E-L. Which obviously has a similar root. Marcel speaks some German, right? Okay, technically yes. I know a few German words, but no, I don't speak German. You know, I can say Ich bin ein Berliner. I can say Je suis un Parisien, but I don't speak German. Do you understand the joke I made? The most gay German name is Eirich vorne hinten. No, I don't understand that at all. Because ich spreche keine Alemannsche. Aber natürlich, Hans ist nass. Er steht unter dem Wasserfall. Calm down, James May. That was a great Top Gear segment. Where they talked about an energy drink from some other country called Pussy. And then their Christmas tree caught on fire. And then they put it out with some pussy. There's also a great Dropout TV segment from the show Game Changer, and you know, spoilers ahead, I guess, from the Sam Sass episode where, you know, Sam Sass do this and they have to do that. And at some point, it's like Sam Sass say something we'll have to bleep. There are 3 contestants and they're gonna have to say something that they're gonna have to bleep to get the point. And they all start with like swearing, saying ass, saying pussy, saying cunt and all that kind of stuff. None of it gets bleeped. Then before the round kind of ends, they are all like, wait a minute, I want to go again. And then all 3 of them do something different. That's genius. Because the first one, Brennan, starts singing the Beatles, which they have to bleep because they don't have the rights to... I mean, they could buy it probably, but, you know, that would be expensive. So they have to bleep it, him singing the Beatles. The second, Izzy, just says something will have to bleep, which is technically correct. And the third one, Lou, says that he is paid by Dropout and says in the name of Dropout that OJ is innocent. So you're like, this is the express opinion of this company. OJ is innocent. Which you of course have to bleep because you can't say that. And it's absolutely genius. Game Change is a great show, by the way. Ooh, we only have 4 motion sims. I would have expected we'd have more by now. Ooh, name already your choice. Monorail cycles to Netherlands commuting simulator. My commute is shorter than this monorail ride. Ground guest 666. That has literally already been done. This stream! We're like the 5th stream of this park right now. And yet, you're the second person this stream to ask to drown 666. So you can't. You gotta pick something else. Seven. There's only a small chance they're still around, but we'll have a look. (666) also had a small chance and they were around. 777 is not though. I'll check 888 for you. Also not. 999 is around, yes. We can draw 999 if you want to. If you want to, we can do 999. $69, they're gone. Probably. Yes. 999 is a German guest for sure. Oh yes, they are very Germania. Nice scenery, the volcano. Thank you, I designed it myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're probably not around anymore either. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not around. A lot of the older guests are gone. So you're gonna have a hard time finding one. It was a miracle that 666 was still around. Oh crap, we're not advertising. And we've lost a load of guests again. Look, we were at 84, we've lost 400 guests. 7 is also not around. Pick the largest number, sure, I'll pick the newest guest. Which is 16,064. Who's been in the park for 0 minutes. Did you dig the volcano yourself? Yes, I did everything myself. I built this park with my bare feet. And subscribe to my OnlyFans to see pictures of my bare feet. Kinky, I know, right? Honestly, there would probably be people that would pay money to see my feet. Because there's people that would pay money to see anything. Not that I would want to show my feet. Imagine if you actually opened it up and then no one. That got hurt. I mean, that's not the main reason why I'm not doing it, but that would be a contributing reason. I mean, I have no desire to do any of that work anyway, but if I did, then that fear could be a reason to not do it. Just show them a pair of 30 centimeter rulers. No, just show them a pair of bare feet. I want half. Inline twist. Half loop. There we go, fits perfecto. You know what, we'll launch at the fastest speed, over 111. It's a bit fast, but we can take that. God, that is very fast. 5.5 positive Gs. 9 intensity for just 3 drops. That's a lot of intensity. 2 limbs next to each other. I mean, we have 5 slides next to each other, so I don't think the guests mind particularly. Slides don't seem to be that popular though. It had 161 guests, which is more than nothing. This park is a good example of how rides diminish with age, which makes it hard to get park value. Because we built a whole bunch of rides, we've only gotten like 40,000 park value more than the start of the stream. Because they keep going down. I mean, the main thing was here, of course, but you know, in between it also... I mean, we lost like 30k park value in this bit. And we did gain a bit, but you know, we lost another 50,000 here. Because some ride that I built either here for the first time lost value, or maybe that I built further back for the second time lost value. Of course, once you refurbish them all, we're going to go to like 2 million. It's going to be a ridiculous change. I wonder how fast you need to launch your coaster in order for the G-force to rip the riders' heads off. I think probably, if we're talking about this in real life, if you want to entirely rip it off, you're probably gonna need more G-forces than the average machine can withstand. Like, I think something in the roller coaster would break before someone's head would literally snap off. And breaking your neck is easier, of course, but we mean like entirely separated. It's vanilla of OpenRC2. This is very OpenRC2. I think we've already exceeded the entity limits for vanilla. Yeah. 9800. Or is that still fine? No, I think... No. I don't know if it says 0 or 301 when there's 399 when there's nothing. I think it says 0. But then we would be over it. We're roughly at the limit for vanilla anyway. Marcel's favorite flavor isn't vanilla. Well, for ice cream it is. But yes, here I prefer Open Ars ET2. What do you think about Plant Coaster? A little too green for me, but it's a good game. It does grow on you, yes. I remember when I was young I only liked vanilla ice cream, so I ordered 3 mixed ice global with the vanilla. What is 3 mixed ice... Oh, mixed ice globes, not global. Large slope go-karts turn. Do we have that? Oh yes. You very quickly get it too high for supports. Honestly, these new track pieces have enhanced the go-karts so freaking much. I would never build this many go-karts if the new track pieces didn't exist, because it just wouldn't be as much fun building them. Is Vanilla Ice actually good? Yes. The best. Why does it show 0 votes? I voted for the best. Why does it say no votes for the best? Fly roll the stop. Ooh, that's not going to be nice. I'm going to use an autoclave for this because that will save some valuable time. I say valuable time. How valuable is my time really? I'm a YouTuber. Come on. And that is 550 lives ruined by firing them on the spot. Do you feel good about yourself? Do you? You have just made 300 entertainers homeless. Replace them with L. What does weird Al Yankovic have to do with this? AI. Who is AI? Is that Albert Einstein? The joke went over you completely. I think the joke went over you. May I, the pale-throated sloth. What? What the hell is the pale-throated sloth? Okay, let's see who wins this race. After rain ends. It was a jab on modern economy. It was a jab on, yeah, everything being replaced with AI, obviously. Like, I got the joke. I just took it in a different direction. Your real question. What territory has the most LGBTQ identified individuals per capita? That's probably going to be like one of the most LGBTQ friendly nations. Which will maybe be like Norway or something. I don't know which is exactly. Maybe like Estonia. Maybe the Baltics are unsurprising, or maybe are surprisingly friendly. I don't know. Or maybe the UK. Who knows? Although the UK is not too friendly to trans people, at least recently, as far as I know. But I don't know too much about it, so don't take my words as gospel. I just watch Philosophy Tube. Have we picked the fastest car? Randomly. Washington DC. I thought countries. But yeah, that's just because all the anti-gay politicians are secretly closeted homosexuals. I mean, they're not. Some people are just evil, but that's the joke anyway. Oregon, Canada, and Malta are also top contenders. Why did they do US states separately but not Canadian provinces? Like, Canada is so freaking massive. Canada is large by area, population not so much. I mean, it's still more populated than all US states except maybe California? Ooh, purple has caught up. Maybe purple is the fastest, but started way in the back. Let's see if purple overtakes blue. It looks like they're gonna overtake blue, yes. But purple got such a disadvantage from starting more in the back, and blue ain't slow. Yeah, purple is now first. Which car is that? That's car 6, baby. On a victory lap. Yukon is apparently the gayest Canadian territory. You know, of course, these are not really proper statistics because this is obviously self-reported. And people are going to feel more safer to come out a bit that they're gay when they're in a friendly territory. It's like autism diagnoses or ADHD diagnoses have gone up recently. Well, okay, I can hire new staff, good, because park rating is going down. That's because we've known more about autism and it's less stigmatized. And of course the very same with things like being gay, being trans, and all that stuff. It's less stigmatized, so people feel more comfortable saying they are. I mean, it's also in the COVID vaccine. It totally makes you gay, but that's another thing. Please remind correctly, but did you do a video on YouTube about the fastest speed possible for the go-karts in this game? I may have mentioned it in my go-kart overview. Maybe not, it's a long time ago, so it's probably not that good of a video. I think it's 37. That's kind of like a base speed on straight bits. Terminal velocity 37 miles or kilometers? Kilometers. I don't speak in imperial. I use kilometers, meters, centigrade. Although I do put miles and feet on the screen if I'm talking about stat requirements and stuff for videos, because Americans. Y'all don't know what a foot is. Although, to be fair, neither do some Brits sometimes. Because Britain uses everything randomly. Vaccines do not cause autism, but people on the spectrum tend to lean towards a lot of STEM fields such as medicine and biochemistry, so it could be very well said that autism causes vaccines. Maybe. There may also be, and this is complete speculation from me, like, I don't know anything about this, but like, maybe people with autism are more likely to die young as a kid? And vaccines prevent it? I don't know, that's probably bullshit. But maybe that would cause an increase? Like, that is probably bullshit, but there's all kind of like weird correlations that could cause something like that to happen without vaccines themselves doing anything other than saving lives. You know what does cause autism? Trains. If we didn't have trains, we wouldn't have as many autistic people. I mean, we would, but more autistic people wouldn't know that they're autistic because they have never seen a train. Hell yeah, an optimized ghost train design, because who the fuck ever needs that? Why are trains so popular with autists? I haven't got a clue. Like, from personal experience, I don't know, because I'm not into trains. They don't sexually excite me. But yeah, I really don't know why specifically trains. There's probably a reason for it, like the fact that they just gel well with autists or something. Because trains are, I don't know, big. They tend to be smooth rides, maybe like low, like not a lot of stimulus and stuff. Stimuli. They go fast and you get between places without having your spine shattered like a bus, and I like those. Yeah, but everyone likes being comfortable. Being comfortable is not an autistic trait. Liking that. I think trains might be more easily seen hyperfocus. Maybe. I mean, I have hyperfocus, and there is not trains in the slightest. I don't give a crap about trains. I just like Roller Coaster Tycoon. And Data, I love Data. I really love Data. You know, I got so very excited about an email I got 2 days ago. I got an email from Evert Stenlund. Now, I'm pretty sure that nobody here knows who that is. But I do. It is this guy, specifically that guy, although I don't know how old that picture is. Last one to fight in 1999. But basically, you know, he runs a speed skate, well, a website with a lot of speed skating stuff. And while it may look like it's from 1999, and I'm pretty sure that last update of 1999 is about the layout and stuff, because the data is more recent. You know, his data goes to 2026. The site is still updated, but basically, I got an email from him that was like, hey, in my off-season activities, I encountered rumors that Joey Cheek once opened 2288 and 2289 on the 1500 meters about 20 years ago. And he asked me, do you know more about that? And I was like, yes, I do. Because of course I know more about that. I know he opened 2289 at the Olympic Games 2006 in Torino. I know he opened 2088 at his first race at the World Cup 2 in the same season, November 2005 in Salt Lake City. I know he didn't finish that race because it got obstructed, so he stopped because he would be allowed to do a do-over. That do-over is registered, which is why that 2288 is almost unfindable, because it's not properly registered. Because he did the race again. Because he was allowed to, because he got obstructed by his opponent. I knew exactly where to find it, and I told Evert exactly. I just love the fact, you know, that I get an email like that in June. That is like, do you know about this winter sport statistic, obscure statistic from 20 years ago that I heard rumors about? Where did he even hear those rumors? Like, I thought I was literally the only person in the world that knew about his Cheeks 2288. Like, I posted about it, I think, on the speed skating forum. Maybe he read it there. Maybe he did get it from me. I should ask him where he heard that, because I'm very curious. I only discovered it by accident by just watching a video of it, which I found on YouTube. And then being like, wait, hang on. That 2288, I don't know about that. What's going on there? And then, oh, that's his first race there. Because I did know he got obstructed, and I knew his split times from the second race, because you can easily find those online. But I never considered that he might have opened very fast in the first race. And then Evert emailed me some more, because he was collecting all openers under 23 seconds, which are over 300 meters. And he was basically like, these are all I have, do you have any additions? And I was like, yes, you're missing 5. One of them is Cheeks 2288, because there was a discussion about that. The other 4 are all from like small local competitions, which I had found. He hadn't. Which I love. I love being able to share my work, my statistics like that. And he knew I knew about lap times because I'd emailed him a bunch of times, because he has some lap times on his site as like an archive, and I used that as like part of my research. So we had a bit of email contact before, which is why he knew that I would probably be the right person to ask. And by the way, I love his website. Yes, it's incredibly basic HTML, like almost as basic as you can be, but it's functional. Like, there's just a whole bunch of data on there that's functional. It's been so useful in my research. Mainly like older lap times, right? Because those are not always archived very well. So for example, if I go to split times from earlier season and we go to like 37, 36 I think. Wait a minute. This 100 meters is new here. That one wasn't there before. I already know about it. I'm pretty sure he probably got it from me. But that wasn't there before. That was probably just like had an empty spot of we don't know. Their first 100 meters. Anyway, there's a bunch of these older ones from like 2001 and such. That I'm pretty sure I've only ever found archived on his site. Not all of them, but some of these. So, yes, plenty I've also been able to find in other places, but it's amazing how just a little bit of archiving can be wonderful. And of course, this is incredibly basic, but it works. Does he have the 2006 Turin Olympic times? I don't think he has any of them. It's fairly limited in what he has. But he has some fast old stuff which is relevant. Split times, if we go to 1500 meters men, for example, Turin. Probably not. No, it will be around here. He's only doing like 143s. Turin was won in a 145. So no. But that's fine. Because I have found some other stuff. Like for example, from the 5K, like some older lap times. But you do have to calculate because he only does the split times, not the lap times. I mean, if you want the Turin times, then you can just go to Olympedia. Olympedia.org, and then you can navigate towards the Winter Olympic speed skating, and then you go to 2006. And then this is the 1000 meters. Click on details, you get the split times, and very recently the lap times as well. These were added like in the past few months. Because when I checked this like a week ago, suddenly the lap times were there. The time I checked it before that, this website, the lap times weren't there. Splits were, so you could still calculate the lap times. But yeah, Olympedia. I mean, if you want to know the lap times from the 1976, or even older if you go to other distances, 1952 games. Oh, it does not have details for these. It does have details for some very old games. 1960 maybe? Yeah, there we go. Apparently, Grishin in 1960 had a 100 meter split time of 9.7. Probably had the wind in his back. Tailwind. Here we go to 5,000 meters. Maybe that have lap times? Oh yes. Lots. All of them. So yes, you can find a lot on this website. I know where to find pretty much every lap time that is findable. I believe there are extremely few lap times that are findable that I don't know how to find. I distinctly remember the Turin ones, watching with me dad being dumbfounded that the Americans beat Erben Wennemars. To be fair, Erben Wennemars was not a reigning champ, but he was world champion 1500 meters in 2004, I believe. The reigning champ 2005. Gosh, I don't know. Was it Even Wet? No, Even Wetten won 1000, I think, by surprise. Maybe it was Davis, probably Davis. He won in 2005 in Insel. But yeah, it was Enrico Fabrice who won in 2006. And I've seen the Italian commentary of it, which is amazing. Because obviously getting so excited when he does well. And an Italian winning on home turf is always great. It's like with Francesca Lollobrigida this year. Street skating trivia, alright. Was it gonna be, meine Freunde? The spark looks rather nice, thank you. It's rather big. How many rides do we have? 236, that's including stalls, but still. If we zoom all the way out, let's give you a bit more pixels to work with. Then you can see the massive coaster we've built. It's not even season, I know, but on the Dutch news I heard that the Dutch dude from the Chinese team is now coming back to the Netherlands to manage a new kind of team. Okay, so you're kind of wrong. You're talking about Johan de Wit, who was not from the Chinese team. He managed his own team called Team Gold, where Zongyang Ning, the Chinese Olympic champion, did skate for. But it was not a Chinese team. He's now going to manage Team Novus, who is mostly Chinese, but it's an international team, but there's just quite a there's just quite a few Chinese skaters in it. There's a Dutch skater, there's pretty sure at least like Taiyo Nomura, I believe, that would be in Horikawa as well. The Japanese skaters are those. I think Martin Lief is part of it, who's Estonian. I think there's a Belgian in it as well. Oh yeah, quite a lot of nationalities. I think maybe it would be Jason Suttles or something. The Dutch is Merel Konijn, Estonian is Martin Lief. Chinese are I think Mei Han, Bin Yu Yang, Zongyang Ning of course, Han Bin Liu. Maybe like Wenhao Li or something? I don't know exactly. But yeah, I have high hopes for that. Name Go-Karts 5, ow my neck. I mean, some of these tiny turns you will definitely break your neck. Also, thank you for the subscription a few minutes ago, Smooth Operators. Yeah, whoops. Something just full. Can't imagine where that would be. Probably sound from outside. Anyway, I want to thank you all very much for watching. This is going to be it for today. Look at that magnificent park. Can Twitch handle this amount of pixels? But yeah, this is it for today. Let's see if we can raid. Is anyone playing Roller Coaster Tycoon? Lady Vanks! Sure, why not? Who is doing Bumbly Bazaar from the looks of it. So, I thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next live stream. Bye. See ya. Have fun at the raid. Bye. Good night.